Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's makeup tutorial is going to be a Halloween one, obviously. This is just a general Feline Glam Halloween tutorial. You can totally add spots or stripes depending on what feline you wanted to go for. If you wanted to go for a tiger or a cheetah, it's totally up to you. So if you guys do want to see how I achieved this makeup look, then please just keep on watching.
And let it burn, let it burn. You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever.
Prior to filming, I already primed my face with my MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance Primer and my Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. For my foundation, I'm taking my Studio Fix Fluid in NC40 and just applying this all over my face and blending it in with a beauty blender. I wanted to create a nice, flawless face and a nice base for us to work on, so I wanted to apply a matte foundation, so any matte foundation will work. To begin to highlight, I'm going to be taking the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15. It's extremely light, but this is really going to start to highlight the areas we want to bring forward. I'm applying it with a traditional foundation brush. I'm applying it onto my eye area, my upper lip, and also my chin. I'm also making sure to blend that in with a beauty blender just because we are going to be applying an even more intense highlight on top of this, so you want to make sure this is as seamless as possible, so this will act as a really nice base for that to sit on. To begin to contour my face, I'm going to be taking this brown shade from the Makeup Forever Flash palette and just applying this with a concealer brush onto the sides of my forehead, onto my cheekbones, and also onto my jawline. With the cheeks, I want to make sure that the end of the contour is turning up towards my nose. This will just really change the structure of my face and start to make everything look a lot more feline-like. I'm then going to be blending that in with my beauty blender to make sure it's nice and seamless, and then on top of that I'm going to take a darker foundation to just warm up my face a little bit too. Taking this RCMA foundation palette, I'm taking this dark foundation shade and applying this onto all the areas we just previously contoured. This will, like I said, just warm up the skin and also just make all the contour blend a lot more seamlessly into the skin. I am again going to be blending that in with my beauty blender, and you just want to keep blending until this looks really seamless because we are going to be applying some powders on top of this. The next part is personally the most important in my opinion. I'm going to be taking this white shade from the Makeup Forever Flash palette and just applying this in an upside down triangle shape underneath my eyes and really dragging it upwards. This is going to extremely highlight our under eyes, but it's really going to give us a different effect to just normally contouring and highlighting your face. I'm also going to be applying some of this white shade onto my chin and also onto my upper lip. This is just really going to bring these areas forward, and it is going to give the appearance of fur being there instead of just highlighting these areas, but this is also going to structure the face a lot more differently to a human face. I'm going to be blending this in with my finger first just because I don't want to change the placement of this product. When I blend it in, I really want it to stay in the exact place I placed it, because if it moves around too much then the whole face is just going to end up white and we don't want that. Next, I'm just going to take my beauty blender just to make sure everything looks nice and seamless, but I am making sure not to move this about too much. To set and also brighten these white areas, I'm taking this white shade from this Morphe palette. The Makeup Forever Flash palette is a cream product, so you do want to make sure that you're setting it in place, and this will just also make everything stand out a lot better too. And then taking the Instant Retouch powder from Soap & Glory, I'm just setting the rest of my face too. Next, taking Latte from Makeup Geek, I'm going to be applying this eyeshadow on the sides of my nose to broaden my nose and to make it look a lot wider than a human nose. So I'm just going to be applying this onto the sides of my nose and also into my eye sockets to deepen up my eye sockets and also give the appearance of a more hooded eye shape. This is again going to change the structure of the face. And I'm just blending that eyeshadow into the eye sockets to create a little bit more of a deepened effect. I'm also just blending that down the sides of the nose and just connecting it to the cheek contour. I'm also taking that same color on a Real Techniques contour brush and just using it on all the areas we applied that contour previously. That way it will just set the cream contour. This will just make everything look a lot more defined and just make our face look super structured and just really different to how our face would look like if we were a human, basically. I'm also just applying a little bit more of that brown into our eye sockets, and this will just deepen it and make our eyes look a lot more sunken in. I'm going to go ahead and do one eye off camera and we'll get started on the next one. Taking Cocoa Bear eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, we're going to be applying this into the crease. I want to create a really nice feline-like eye, but it is going to be glam at the same time. So this Cocoa Bear eyeshadow is just going to warm everything up. I want to apply this into the crease, but also drag it outwards towards the tail of my eyebrow to really lift my eye upwards. Then taking Mocha from Makeup Geek also, I'm just going to be applying this into the crease with a pencil brush. This will just start to prepare it for the black and just create a little bit more shadows and definition. And this will just start to really make the eyes look a lot more of a different shape than what our natural eye looks like. We are going to be playing with our eye shape a little bit and just creating a little bit more of a hooded eye shape. You want to make sure it's nice and blended, so just blend, blend, blend. I'm going to start to also gradually apply a matte black shade. This one is Corrupt from Makeup Geek. I'm just applying it with a pencil brush and just blending that out with another blending brush that we used to apply the first color. We want to gradually apply it into the crease and also just gradually take it higher and higher so that we don't apply too much too quickly. You want to also make sure that you're dragging it outwards towards the tail of your brow also. Next, taking my soft ochre paint pot from MAC, I'm going to be taking this on a concealer brush and just creating the effect of a larger eyelid space than what I actually do have. This is also going to make it look like we have more of a crease that's kind of flopping over our eyelid on the outer corner, if that makes sense, and this just really does play up the shape of your eye. I'm going to be taking this beige shade from the Morphe palette also and just apply that on top to set it into place. To connect our eyes to our nose contour, I'm going to be taking that black eyeshadow and just connecting that line to our nose contour. Like I said, this is really going to change the shape of our nose and eyes and just really give it that feline effect. Next, taking that Mocha eyeshadow, I'm going to be going into the nose contour and just deepening it a little bit more. This will not only make the nose look a lot more structured, it's going to make sure that it stands out the most out of your face. We want people to see the nose and the eyes first when they look at you, because that is usually the things that you'd notice when you look at a cat, basically. I'm also going to be applying a line of eyeliner on my lid, and not just a normal line, I'm going to be applying a big wing. We're winging it today. I'm going to be using my Super Cat liner from Soap and Glory and just creating a nice big wing. I'm also going to be applying my false lashes. These are the Eyeliner Grand Glamour lashes from Vegas Nay. I just applied them with some glue. Just applying some mascara too to connect my natural lashes with the false ones. Next, I'm going to be taking some of that brown eyeshadow and using it to create a double bottom lash line. This is going to make the eyes look more open, and it's also going to change the shape of the eyes to make them look a lot more like a cat's eyes. I'm going to be taking some dark brown eyeshadow and just applying it to smoke out the bottom lash line, and I am going to be taking it closer to the inner corner as well, just to define that fake inner corner we just created. I'm also going to be taking some more of that pen eyeliner and just applying it to the inner corner to create a feline inner flick. And then to finish off and make the eyes look a lot larger, I'm taking some skin tone eyeliner, applying it to my inner corner and also to my waterline. And then to totally finish off the look, I'm applying some mascara to my bottom lash line. For my brows, I wanted to go for some crazy, fluffy, wild brows. I'm taking some of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel and just applying it to my brows to flick all of my hairs upwards. And then taking my Brow Archery pencil from Soap & Glory, I'm just going to be applying this through the brows and just flicking it upwards to create the effect of more hairs. To create the tip of the nose, I'm just drawing a straight line on the tip of the nose and filling that in with the Makeup Forever Flash palette and using the dark brown shade. This is going to act as a base as we are going to be applying some eyeshadow on top of this. I'm going to be applying Makeup Geek's Bitten on top of this to create that nice little pink brown nose. Next, I'm just going to be applying a line of eyeliner on the top of the nose, and then we are going to be shading this with some black eyeshadow later. I'm also just shading either sides of my nose to make it appear more sunken in, and I'm just using the Latte eyeshadow to do this. I'm also just taking that same eyeshadow and just applying it on the inner part of my Cupid's bow. I'm also going to be shading the nose with a little bit of black eyeshadow. This is just going to make it look like it blends a little bit better. This is again totally optional, you don't have to do this, but I'm just a little bit more of a perfectionist. And then I'm taking a black kohl pencil and just drawing it down the center of my Cupid's bow, and this just gives it that really nice feline mouth. I'm applying a little bit more white eyeshadow to really highlight this mouth area. I really feel like this is important too. And then as you can see, my hair and my ears are suddenly on just because my camera died, so I decided while it was charging I'd quickly do it. I'm just taking some brown eyeliner and just applying little spots on the top lip. This is instead of whiskers, but you can apply whiskers if you'd like. This is just where the whiskers would go if I did do that. Next, I'm just taking Stone Lip Liner and just filling in the outer corners of my lips and just dragging the outer corners upwards a little bit to give that cat mouth. And I'm just going to be outlining the outer corner of the top lip also. And I am going to be filling in the outer corner with a little bit of Chestnut Lip Pencil from MAC as well, just to deepen it and to, add a little bit of dimension to it. This is, again, optional. You don't have to do this, but this just creates a little bit of extra dimension. So guys, that is the end of this makeup tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed. This is my very first Halloween tutorial of the year. You guys really wanted to see Halloween tutorials, so I hope that you guys liked it. I do have a few other ideas, but they're not set in stone yet. If you do have any other suggestions that you would like me to do, then please do leave them down below. If you did enjoy this video, then please like it for me because it helps me out a ton, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope that you guys liked this video, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next one. Talk to you later, guys. Love you. Bye.